The day that my father died, I forgave him. And that moment changed the way I understood renewal. You've heard my voice in the first few reflections, but today I wanted to sit with you face to face. Because this isn't something that I studied, this is something that I actually lived. My name is Nadine, and this is the moment that I learned how to let go. There are moments in life when renewal doesn't arrive as relief. It arrives as loss. Loss rearranges the body. It shifts your breath. It asks you to become someone you didn't plan to be. Not the kind you can prepare for, the kind that asks something from you. Renewal begins when holding on becomes heavier than letting go. This is renew. Before renewal, I was still carrying things. Some of them were obvious. Some of them lived quietly inside me. Old resentments, unspoken grief, stories I had told myself for years. Some stories are survival. Some stories are protection. And some stories become cages. I thought time alone would soften them. But time doesn't release what we refuse to feel. Renew didn't come because I was ready. It came because life asked me to face something I could no longer avoid. We think we're holding on to memories, but often we're holding onto pain. Pain can feel like loyalty. It can feel like protection. It can feel like if I hold on to this, I won't be hurt again. To unanswered questions, to expectations that were never met, to versions of people we needed them to be. I carried resentment toward my father for a very long time. For what he didn't give, what he couldn't give, for how he showed love, for the ways he wasn't there. Resentment is heavy because it contains two things: love and disappointment. I didn't realize how tightly I was holding on until I was asked to say goodbye. I walked into the hospice room, and there he was. My daddy. The man who was half the reason I existed. Lying still, fragile, no longer the man I knew. I caught my breath when I saw him, but I didn't let my mother see my pain. I needed to be strong for her. Strength can be love, and love sometimes looks like swallowing your grief so someone else can breathe. My dad had fought cancer for 2 years, and now he was nearing the end. French love songs played softly in the room. He was somewhere between worlds, not fully here, not fully gone. And I knew, in my years as a nurse, that he could still hear me. Even though his eyes wouldn't open, even though his body wouldn't respond, I knew he heard me. Standing there in that moment, something shifted. I saw him clearly for the first time. Not as the man I needed him to be, but as the man he was. A human, doing the best he could, surviving the only way he knew how. In that room, I released the resentment. Not because it excused the pain, but because carrying it no longer served me. And I need to say this to you very clearly. Holding on is not going to protect you. It only keeps you stuck. And I know this personally because I lived it. Renew isn't forgetting. It's choosing not to let the past keep shaping your present. It's the moment you realize that holding on doesn't protect you. It just weighs you down. Renew taught me that forgiveness is not about the other person. It's about freeing yourself. In that hospital room, I didn't just say goodbye to my father. I said goodbye to the version of the story that kept me stuck. Release, refresh, rebirth. That was the beginning of renewal. If you're carrying something very heavy right now, something unresolved, something that still lives in your body, you don't need to fix everything, not today. But you do need a place to start. Because staying here in this weight will keep you from becoming who you're meant to be. That's why I created something simple. It's a 3-day reset to help you begin letting go and start feeling like yourself again. If you're ready, it's waiting for you below. If this reflection stayed with you, don't ignore it. That feeling, that heaviness, that's your signal that something is ready to be released. You don't have to carry it alone. Start where you are. I'll meet you there.